Hi everyone. I'm going to be doing a series of writing prompts. I know I've gotten a lot of questions such as, do I use the journals that people give to me? And yes, I do. The journals I get in swaps or the ones that are gifted to me are journals that I use. So um, Part of the group, Junk Journal Junkies, there's a lot of ladies who, make their own journals and they're very inspiring. And I have like a ton of inspiration from that group. And there's also ladies that once they get in their first swap or like maybe their fourth swap, they're just kind of like, what do you do with your journals? Do you write in them? Some people are afraid that they're going to ruin them. They just don't want to use their journals and they just would rather look at them. Either way is totally fine. It's your journal, so you can do what you want with it. But for me, I like to use the ones that are gifted to me versus the ones that I make myself. While I do, on very rare occasions, I will make a little tiny journal and I might use it, put it in my purse and just use it to take notes or make a list um, or just write stuff down when I'm in an area or in a situation where there's like nothing to do and I get bored. So I'll write there. I'll use that to write. So when I'm home though, I have journals that I use. Like right now, I have one from actually the two journals that I'm using right now are from Lori. Different Loris. This one is from Lori, just the girl from the Bay, and I will have her her channel linked below because she makes beautiful journals. And the second one that I'm using is from Lori W, and she is also here on YouTube, and I will have her channel linked below. So this one has become my dream journal, and I've actually made about 4 or 5 entries in it so far. And this one is the one that I'm going to be using to do with you guys. So, this one is, like I said, from Lori, just a girl from the Bay, and we had a swap together, and we did a gypsy theme. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. And there's a series of prompts that you can do. There's not one you're just limited to. Say you don't know what you want to write about. You want to write, you want to do something in the journal, but you don't know what you want to do. First thing you can do, the easiest thing to me to start with is a list. So for me, the first list I'm going to do is people that I most admire. So that's going to be my first list that I'm going to write with you guys here. And then I will do a second prompt. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. seat you by the fire. Listen, listen. There's something I must confide. I know I said that it'd be fine. I know I made it look like it'd be alright, but I think I learned my lesson.
Okay, so some of these are going to take some thought. It took some thought for the people that I admire. Those are people that are, that you think about and that you care about. So, yeah, I just made a couple of lists. Like I have my family, people that I admire in my family, my friends, and people that I haven't met, as far as people that I admire. So, I guess I'm going to do another one, and let's do a smaller list. Let's try 3 favorite characters from books.
You can call me killer, 'cause I'll bring you to the light. And it might taste bitter when you're answering to God. You can call me killer as you look into my eyes. Nothing but a sinner. You won't get away this time. You won't get away.
My favorite characters from books. 2 of the characters are actually from a graphic novel called Sandman, and the actual character in the book is Sandman, and he's Dream. He's got Death, Desire, and a couple of others, but I like Shadow. He's from American Gods. If you guys have read the story, you'll probably love him too. And then there's Lucifer. I don't know if you guys have seen the show, but he's a character that I first met in the graphic novel Sandman, and I really liked his character because he wasn't what you picture him to be. He's like, he has a personality, and he's basically just trying to figure out who he is and where he wants to fit in with everything. So I really liked that character. I'm going to do another 3 list. Let's do 3 things you can't go without.
You won't get away this time. You won't get away.
Okay, this would be my not so serious list. This would be like in my everyday life of stuff that I do. If we're going to be more serious, 3 things I couldn't live without. Let's do something a little different. Okay, so 3 things I couldn't live without. First one would be my kids. Number 2. Okay, let's see. What would number 2 be? Alright, so number 2, I put family because my family's usually the ones that, like my brother and my dad, that help keep me in check. Like when I get, because I have bipolar, so when I get upset, they help me. They're very good at talking to me in a way that gets through to me. My mom, she's another person that I really couldn't be without, because when I do get in a bad situation or if I'm not my best self, she is always loving and forgiving. And even when I'm like upset about something and I'm like talking to her, she is always so, her view on things is always so pure-hearted, I guess I would say. And I think my 3rd one is gonna have to be friends. Because I don't have a lot of friends here where I am now, but I have a lot of friends, the people that I admire, you guys saw, I have a lot of friends that I do talk to, and they're people I can go and talk to. And even though I don't have anybody here, I don't feel lonely because of these people that I wrote down previously. They're always inspiring. They're always there to listen if I need to talk to somebody. They're really great people, and I am really happy I met them. Yeah, they're people who made a difference in my life. I guess those would be the things that I couldn't live without. And let's see. All right, let's do something fun. 3 things you wouldn't do. 3 things you would do if you weren't afraid. All right. So you can take this as a more serious thing, or you can take this as a something you've been wanting to do and you haven't done because you're afraid to do it. So that could go from anywhere. I guess talking to the cute guy at work or skydiving. For me, I want to go deep sea diving, but I am terrified. Okay, so you know those pictures you see, and it's just darkness and depth and unknown. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm about to show you. That is what goes through. I think a lot of people have this phobia, and the phobia is of like the deep sea. So um, that's one of mine, and I would really like to go. I would like to go and explore some of the ocean. I guess within reason. I don't want to go explore the whole thing or anything. I just want to go swim under there and see sea creatures and not be eaten. So that's one of my phobias. Um, and let's see, number two. I would say skydive. I want to skydive. Um, I'm terrified of heights. I am so afraid of heights. It's not even funny. Um, I can like suck it up sometimes. Like if I'm in a really high building and I look down, it's fine. But I have to tell you a story. I went to the Gateway Arch for the first time in my life, and I drove by it so many times. And a couple months ago, I was with my fiance. We were driving home, and I was driving, so I didn't have to ask him. I was just like, "We're going to the Arch." He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I passed it so many times in my life as a kid, growing up. Just I want to go there." He's like, "We can come back here another time." Nope, we're here now. We're doing it. So we went there, and we got to go to the top. It was so awesome. It was beautiful. And I'll have some of those pictures posted at the end if you want to look at those. It was so fun. And so while we were up there, the way they have it set up is it's slanted. Like the windows are slanted, so you have to lean over to look down. And so when I leaned over and I looked down, I was like, this isn't so, oh my gosh. You get that pit in your stomach and you feel like you're already falling. It's really crazy. It's, you're not going anywhere, but your body and your mind is just like, you're right there. It's happening. Didn't like freak out or nothing. I just moved back and yeah, so it was fun. I would like to skydive because it seems like something really fun to just, I guess, terrifying at the same time, but it'd be facing a fear. So that's something I want to do at some point in my life. Maybe. Probably not. But if I wasn't afraid, it would be something I would do. All right, number three. Number three. What would I do if I wasn't so afraid? The only thing I can come up with is yeah, that would be what I would do if I wasn't so afraid. But I don't even know how to do something like that, so that's just like an imaginary thing. All right, and I'm going to do one more list since I have space and I don't want to not use it. Let's see. 3 pet peeves. All right, so pet peeve number 1 for me is screaming. If somebody starts screaming at me, like or yelling, screaming or yelling. Okay, it's different when a kid's doing it, unless they're shrieking. But when it's like an adult or somebody that's older and they start yelling at me, my brain goes into off mode and I literally don't hear anything else you say to me. And my only goal is to get you to stop yelling at me. If I have to walk away or whatever, I can't do it. So that is a major pet peeve for me. And I would say number 2 is teeth scraping on a fork. Okay, I cannot stand when teeth scrape on a fork. My sisters know all about this, okay? My scraped her teeth on the fork, and I asked her multiple times very nicely to stop, and of course she's my little sister, so she did not care, and she really enjoyed annoying me at that moment. My littlest sister, Janae, we do this on a regular basis. We'll go downstairs and we'll be eating dinner, and sometimes I won't hear it. I'll just be minding my own business while we're eating, and I won't hear her do it, and she'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, and I already know what she's talking about. Screeching. High-pitched screeching noises. I hate it.
Oh, okay.
My sister, my littlest sister, does this thing where she used to do this thing. She does it sometimes when she feels like torturing me a little bit. She'll yawn and stretch her arms out and then start screeching. Like, I can't compare it to anything that I normally hear because it's not something I normally hear. So when she starts screeching, I just kind of want to chop her in the neck a little bit, but I resist the urge. Those are all the prompts that I'm going to do for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give me some feedback. I always enjoy hearing your feedback, and I want to know if there's ways that I can make this better, make it funner for you guys, or just more enjoyable all around. So, yeah, let me know, and I will see you guys next time with prompt number 2. All right, bye guys.
Let me